everyone. Hope you all are doing well and taking care of your family and yourself. I welcome you all for yet another chapter of this webinar series organized by the Institute. Well, the presentation which I am going to deliver for you is an inspirational story of Colonel Harland Sanders and his world famous venture, the Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC, a name that has marked its presence in millions of hearts of chicken lovers doesn't need any introduction. Well, even if you don't have the love for chicken, the inspirational story of Colonel Sanders will excite your testosterone to another level. This story is about a man who has been an excellent example of persistence, commitment, and determination. Today, we are going to talk about the most loved chicken brand in the world, the KFC, and this is the success story of Colonel Harland Sanders as how this fast food icon has followed an unlikely path to create a multi-billion dollar international company. Colonel Harland Sanders' story is an inspiration for young talents to convert their interests and potential into success. So let's start. Harland Sanders was born in 1890 and raised on a farm outside Henryville, Indiana. His father died in 1895, and to run livelihood, his mother took work at a canning plant. As the eldest child at the age of 5, Sanders had to care for his two siblings. When he turned 7, his mother taught him to cook. At the age of 13, Sanders left the family home and pursued several professions, including railroad worker, insurance salesman, with mixed success. In 1930, he started working in a Shell oil filling station at North Corbin, a small city on the edge of Appalachian Mountain. By June, he had converted a storeroom into a small eating area using his own dining table, serving meals such as steaks and country ham to travelers. In 1934, Sanders took over a small place on lease of the other side of the road due to its greater visibility for motorists. He then began to sell fried chicken. To improve his skills, Sanders took an 8-week restaurant management course at the Cornell University School of Hotel Administration. By 1936, his business had proved successful enough for him to be given the honorary title of Kentucky Colonel by the governor of Kentucky. In 1937, Sanders expanded his restaurant to 140 seats, purchased a motel across the street, the Sanders Court and Cafe. So the picture which you are seeing on the screen is the actual picture of Colonel Harland Sanders' uh, first eatery. Okay. Sanders chicken used to take 35 minutes to cook in an iron frying pan. He was dissatisfied with his cooking time and wanted to improve. But he didn't want to deep fry the chicken, which is comparatively quicker than pan frying process. He had an opinion that deep frying produced dry and crusty chicken, which is not cooked evenly. In 1939, pressure cookers were introduced in market, which he bought and modified into pressure fryer. The use of pressure fryer reduced the production time as compared to deep frying and also retained the quality of pan fried chicken. In 1940, Sanders finalized his 11 herbs and spices, which is still a secret. He, however, gave a hint that the secret ingredients stand on everybody's shelf. In 1950, he was recommissioned by the then governor of the Kentucky, and this is the time when he started dressing like a colonel with a goatee beard, a frock coat, and a string tie. The Sanders Court and Cafe generally served the travelers. So when the road expansion planned, Sanders sold the property, and traveled the US to market his chicken concepts to restaurant owners. He was rejected by 1009 restaurants owner. But Sanders never gave up. He knew that his recipe was one of its kind and unique. He continued his search for franchisee, and finally a restaurant owner took interest in his venture. Sanders used to get paid 4 cents on each chicken sold as a franchise fee in exchange of his secret spice and herbs mix, a recipe, and a method. It was 1952 when the signboard painter of one of the franchisee coined the name Kentucky Fried Chicken. Sanders adopted this name to distinguish his chicken from other fried chickens. One of the early franchisee claimed that with the name of Kentucky Fried Chicken, its sale had increased to triple. Soon, more other restaurant owners were willing to sell Sanders KFC in their restaurants. KFC popularized chicken in the fast food industry, diversifying the market by challenging the established dominance of the hamburger. In 1960, the company had around 200 franchised restaurants. By 1963, this had grown to over 600, making it the largest fast food operation in the United States. In 1963, Sanders met a young Kentucky encyclopedia salesman who explained that he was keen to join the company. Sanders instead proposed the sale of the company did not as business skills did not come naturally to him, and he lacked an obvious or willing successor among his relatives. The salesman, along with other financiers, acquired the company in 1964 for 2 billion US dollars. The contract included a lifetime salary of Sanders and the agreement that he would be the company's quality controller and trademark. Despite selling the company, Sanders retained significant moral authority over executives and franchisees and made his feelings clear when he disagreed with corporate decisions. By 1967, KFC had become the sixth largest restaurant chain in the US by sales volume, and 30% of sales were takeout. Meanwhile, other emerging competitors like Church's Chicken were finding their place in the market. The corporate styled management now wanted KFC to expand quickly in the market, or else emerging rivals would steal the company's lead. Meanwhile, KFC entered into ventures with other companies. The then management believed that the Colonel Sanders brand could be used to market anything, and launched the Kentucky roast beef restaurant chain and Colonel Sanders Inn's motels. The two ventures quickly failed. The first outlet in Japan was opened after just 2 weeks preparation, and it proved to be a costly failure, losing $400,000 during its opening month and wasting more chicken than it sold. Meanwhile, Church's Chicken began taking KFC's market share by offering indoor seating arrangements and its crispy chicken product. KFC introduced its own extra crispy chicken in 1972. The introduction of barbecue spare ribs in 1973 caused tremendous operating problems. After the product was launched, there was a shortage of pork, which pushed prices beyond that customers were willing to pay. When management withdrew the product, they realized that fried chicken sales had been also decreasing. Meanwhile, Sanders increasingly regretted selling the company, and his relationship with the new owners had soured. He began to complain of the company's declining food quality to the media. According to his own statement, he reportedly said that, "My God, that gravy is horrible. They buy tap water for 15-20 cents, 1,000 gallons, and then they mix it with flour and starch and end up with pure wallpaper paste." And another thing, that new crispy recipe is nothing in the world but a damn fried dough ball stuck on some chicken. So this was his actual statement, which he gave and uh, expressed his disagreement with the management. Sanders died in 1980 from pneumonia at the age of 90, having continued to travel 200,000 to 250,000 miles a year up to this time, largely by car, promoting his product. By branding himself as Colonel Sanders, Harland became a prominent figure of American cultural history, and his image remains widely used in KFC advertising. Sanders' original recipe of 11 herbs and spices is one of the best known trade secrets in the catering industry till date. The recipe is not patented because patent law requires public disclosure of an invention, whereas trade secrets can remain the never ending intellectual property of their holders. A copy of the recipe signed by Sanders is held inside a safe inside a vault in the KFC's Louisville headquarters. To maintain the secrecy of the recipe, half of it is produced by one laboratory and the other half is added in another. So this is the level of secrecy which KFC is still maintaining, and this is their trade. KFC has been to many owners, including PepsiCo, before it came under the ownership of Yum Brands in 1997, which also owns Pizza Hut. It is world's second largest restaurant chain after McDonald's with 22,621 locations globally in 150 countries as of December 2019. There are 350 KFC outlets in India. The first KFC was opened in Bengaluru in 1995. In India, KFC began to expand outside Bengaluru in the year 2004. KFC India chain is perhaps the only in the world which includes meat-free menu. There are so KFC Bengaluru has to introduce their meat-free menu pertaining to Indian customers. There are 22,600 KFC outlets in 135 countries. KFC has a net worth of 8.5 billion US dollar. So this is the success story of inspirational success story of Colonel Harland Sanders, as of how he started from zero, and now he is the best known fast food brand in the world. Okay, so these are the references which I go through to make this PPT. Okay, thank you. I hope this presentation or this video is beneficial to you. Thank you.